Hello everybody and welcome to this playthrough for Master Division. Qualifying round division for the Frosty Peaks Tournament here in Golf Clash the game. Video sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. And before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content for free. Last but not least, get the ultimate tournament guides. They are out. Go to patreon.com/golfclashtommy, and if you're only looking to invest and test out the master guide, you can now do that, as we offer individual packaging, so you don't have to pay for all the divisions if you're not playing them all, as an example. So check it out, link in the description down below. Can we get this video to up to 100 thumbs up? That would be amazing. I would be very thankful for that. This is a qualifying round with a lot of easy holes, but when it is easy, that means that we can go for green in one, but at the same time that puts the pressure on us to actually drop a lot. I do feel that par should be -16 by dropping hole 1, hole 2, hole 4, and then also hole 8. So tough goal, but it's definitely manageable with the videos here, and obviously those of you having the guides is, you know, really possible. Follow the info box on the right hand side to get the club distance adjustment, elevation adjustment, also what ball and club type I do suggest you to play with. Any questions, support at golfclashtommy.com or write a comment in the comment section below. Let's go to hole number 1. We start off by trying to go for green here. Max topspin, 1 bar side spin to the right. Stretch out your target to find the inner ring to be just by the rough line, and most importantly the ball guideline, the tip of it to be into the bunker by the green. So we're not aiming directly at the pin, we're actually aiming on the right side of it. Maximum distance +10, and then we will push up 5.8 rings. And this is with Apocalypse level 8. When it comes to Apocalypse level 7, you push up 5.5 rings. When it comes to Apocalypse level 5 or 6, then you will push up 5 rings instead. And the thing is though, Apocalypse level 5 will be very difficult on this shot. Apocalypse level 6, I made the green width, so I know that works, but that has 7 bars of topspin. Apocalypse level 5 only has like 5.9 bars of topspin, which obviously will become a problem. The thing that I do think though is that we will be able to get over, maybe clip the rough and then roll out. Now we are on green, putting for a lovely eagle. Use some type of wind 3 power 5 ball. If you don't have that, there is going to be a possibility to do really well with a wind 2 power 5 ball also. And this is an absolute must eagle, no matter how, no matter what way we're twisting it. For hole number 2, we are going for green. Here we stretch out to see the top of the right ring by the rough line. And that is if we do have a POC 7 or a POC 8. If we do have a POC 5 or a POC 6, we will be having half of the white ring on the fairway. Now I'm using, this case, 6.5 bar topspin and 1 bar side spin to the right. Adjustment will be maximum distance with a 10% over adjustment. And you can see here that I first do 1 pull, and then I turn around and push the final part. And the reason I do that is to be accurate, as the trees otherwise would be in my face. Once that is done, we push up to max, and then it's time to take our shot. Ball to the right, just outside the adjustment ring to the right, and then we're obviously going to try to hit perfect. We will hit great left, we will hit great right, and obviously there is some lotto towards this type of shot. And we are bouncing nicely on the fairway down towards the green area. One thing that I would like you to say, if you do find yourself be short on the fairway, having somewhat a mid-range to max range wedge, you use an elevation that is 50%, 50, yes, with true distance on your slider. So if it is 80%, or you estimate this 80%, use 80% slider with 50% elevation to get it correct, just to get yourself a little bit extra safety net there. Obviously getting into the rough or into the sand is going to make this albatross being very difficult, but you know, it's not every day we can putt on a par 5. For hole number 3, the first of the par 3s, we're gonna play a very simple setup. No movement and with no spin. So you're not gonna do anything when it's your turn. The only thing that you're gonna focus on is to pull on a 1201, meaning that the needle should push center right. And I do believe here that the pull angle, for our sake here, is not heavy enough. We do need to have a heavy 1201 to manage to do this one well. Medium distance plus 15 power 2 settings, what does that equal? 1 to 1. So everything is extremely easy to remember and to do well. And you can see that the ball comes in here nicely, but we do need that 1201 to pull ourselves a little bit higher up, but also that would mean that we would pull ourselves a little bit more right, which is what I do believe would have made that shot drop. In the end though, this is the toughest of the par 3s to get a drop, but definitely an opportunity. For hole number 4, we will be finding us having a very good chance if we make the drive in a good way. If we don't, we will be fighting to get that eagle. Add max topspin, 1 bar side spin to the right. Look for the ball guideline to point towards the right side of the left bunker, sorry, left rough, if that makes sense. So pause it, rewind it, make sure you find that landing position that I shown. Adjustment maximum distance plus 10, and then we will take our shot. Right side of the ball to be just so it cracks cracks into the wall there to the right, and then we're gonna try to hit perfect. One thing that doesn't show here on this replay is that I start with my landing position at the top of the plus 27 yard mark, so just before plus 28. So, and this is obviously play with small margins, and we need to get it down there. 445 is good. We will find ourselves in absolute minimum distance of our club here, and that is exactly what we do want to do. Put yourself in minimum distance, apply backspin so the ball guideline go through the hole, not much, but just a little bit, so at least you can see it in a nice way going through the hole. You see it like that. And then we will apply minimum distance with a 10% over adjustment, but it's gonna be power 4 ball numbers, not power 5. So power 4 ball numbers when we do make this adjustment. And last not least, pull over the bullseye when you're taking this shot. So if you should be adjusting 3 rings, you do go from the second ring and then pull over the bullseye 1 ring to get the correct type of adjustment. This is with a perfect gonna go in. That is, I can be that not egoistic, but I can be that oh, I cannot find a word, but the ball will go in if you do hit perfect, if have adjusted right for the second shot here on hole number 4. For hole number 5, we come to the best attempt to make an hole-in-one on the par 3s here in the qualifying round, in my opinion. 1 bar of side spin to the right. Now we're looking for the red ring by the rough line with the ball guideline to be approximately 1 green square short of pin. Very important that you do find that position. Once that is done, we will be pulling with flicker 1159 in terms of pull angle, and we will be adjusting for a maximum distance plus 10. Power 1 ball settings needs to be added as well. So very important to try to be centered into the adjustment ring. We do hit perfect and the ball bounces, and we love how it turns around like that, then we know it's going to be close. This shot will sometimes come in a little hot, but that's totally fine, as this one has been dropping a lot for me so far. So you can play with whatever wind 5 power 1 ball. So if you are low on the side spin 3 balls, save them. I'm only using the Gokasho as that is the only wind 5 power 1 ball I do have on that account. For hole number 6, we will be playing with max topspin and then eventually 1 bar side spin to the right. And you will then see half of the red ring to be inside the rough to the right, ball guideline pointing straight down the fairway. Adjustment from here is going to be maximum distance plus 10. So max plus 10 is our adjustment power 5 ball settings. So time to adjust, and let's adjust. The thing though that I do not do in this video, which I do wish I would, and something that I would like you to do, is that I want you to push up 3 rings once you are done. And the reason for that is that we can push it a little bit harder, and we can then in that case make sure that we do get a little bit extra distance. A great left is still safe, even though it's gonna be very close. So I do think with an Apocalypse level 5, level 6, you will most definitely go into the rough with that, as you do have worse accuracy with those type of level of clubs compared to Apocalypse level 7, level 8. But if you do get to the fairway, now we're just gonna transport the ball to the green. 1 bar of left spin, and then we're gonna apply some backspin most likely. It's gonna be somewhere between no backspin to like 2 bars of backspin, depending on how far you reach down the fairway. The thing that I'm looking for here now though is that I'm only looking to get this ball to green. I'm not looking for an albatross here, as I do feel that the bunkers are easier to get to than to actually get an albatross. So as this is not the win that we're gonna have throughout the whole tournament, I'm not gonna spend that much time on this hole. Just make sure that I do have a simple eagle for my qualifying round. You can see that I'm using somewhat 1 ball of curl to the left there, also overpower. And obviously the curl there, you can see that it is a little bit dangerous, and we could in somewhat go with even more. I would say go with 0.8 of the ball outside the adjustment ring to the left. I think that's gonna be fine generally, but really make sure that you don't hit a bad great left towards that. Overpower is gonna be based on how much you adjust into overpower, so make sure you pay close attention to that. For hole number 7, the final of the par 3s, we will be using a power 1 win 5 ball. We are finding absolute minimum distance of our club, and we will be playing with 1.9 bar backspin. The easiest way to find 1.9 is to pull yourself to 2 bars and then just go 1 click below that, or like 1 click before the 2 backspin mark. Now, the adjustment here needs to have a clear 1201, because if we do not have that, we will risk having the second bounce to bounce into the rough, which obviously would take away the possibility of making an hole-in-one. So we do adjust for minimum distance with a 20% over adjustment, power 0 ball numbers. Perfect ball, and we see this ball traveling down the fairway, bouncing nicely, and then it rolls right at pin for a beautiful hole-in-one here on hole number 7. Besides hole number 5, this is the best chance on the par 3, on the 3 par 3s to make an hole-in-one. For hole number 8, we will be attempting to go for green once again. A lot of tailwind here in this qualifying round. We stretch out to max to find the right side of the inner ring to be just there by the rough / sand line, and then we will apply spin with 14.4 miles per hour. I'm using 4.5 bar top spin and 2 bars side spin to the right. Adjustment is maximum distance plus 20, and once that is done, we will push up our target into absolute max. Max overpower, and we do want to have the right side of the ball to be somewhat close to be outside the adjustment ring to the right. I do, however, think that we could loosen up on the curl just a little bit, but once again though, you know, this one comes in really lovely, and there is a little lot to it. There is shots where you can play without having to overpower, but then you're gonna have to use more topspin, and then there is more risk to get stuck in the rough and the sand, because the beauty with going with a lot of overpower is that you will have the first bounce further up and then the second bounce obviously further back down, which means that in a worst case scenario you will roll out for a very short wedge. Last but not least, we do have hole number 9, and we have a very difficult wind here to play with, and therefore I'm choosing to go on the right side here to give ourselves the easiest way to make an eagle possible, as I'm not looking for an albatross whatsoever. Max topspin here, we're putting our target up to absolute maximum distance, half of the white ring inside the rough to the left. If we do have Apocalypse level 7, level 8, if we do play Apoc 5 or Apoc 6, we do have the fourth ring by the rough to the left. Adjust maximum distance plus 10, so you do adjust 2 times, as you will not be able to adjust all the rings at one sweep. So do go 1 time and then 1 more time. So you go 5 rings and then you adjust the rest, whatever that may be. Maximum distance plus 10, and we want this ball to roll up there as far as possible, but obviously we don't want to roll as far that we roll down into the rough, because that is not really worth it to push it that hard. Now, second shot, we do play for green only. Give yourself room here for a great left and a great right. 1 left spin, 3 bars of top spin. Putting the blue ring by the rough line, have in mind that this is Cataclysm level 8 with a very good accuracy. If you do play with a lower level Cataclysm, obviously the rings sizes will be different. And that could maybe potentially be, you know, the red ring or even the yellow ring by the rough line, depending on what level you are having. Now I will be applying maximum curl to the left here, combined with somewhat around 2 to 3 rings of overpower, depending on how far I do adjust into overpower. So the overpower will vary from, yeah, whatever as much we do adjust into overpower. The ball comes in nicely on the green. We're not close to an albatross, but that's not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an eagle here, as the wind is put very hard towards us. Obviously, when that will be changed to the opening round, we do hope to have a different wind, so we may push and go for some type of an albatross. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this playthrough for the Frosty Peaks Tournament here in Golf Clash the game. Make sure that you do email support@golfclashtommy.com if you do have any type of questions. Also, get the ultimate tournament guides on patreon.com/golfclashtommy. We now offer individual packages, so if you are looking only for a specific division, you don't have to buy them all. You can only get that one, obviously, for a cheaper price. Make sure to check it out. Link in the description down below. Video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playtemic. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck in the Frosty Peaks Tournament.
Yeah.